How's it going, guys? And I'm here with my reaction to the Super Mario Brothers movie trailer that was released just yesterday. I never thought this day would come, kind of like the Sonic movie, but it's here, and I guess we really should have guessed that, considering that there's already two Sonic the Hedgehog movies, that there would be a Mario movie. Let's be honest, I make no bones about it. I believe that Mario is more popular than Sonic, even though I am more partial to Sonic, to say the least. But this movie actually looks really good. I mean, wow, the animation from Illumination Studios just looks just drop dead gorgeous. So we heard four voices in this trailer, and we haven't seen all the characters. So we saw Bowser to start things off, along with Kamek, and it's kind of hard to tell if that's Jack Black playing Bowser, but when he screams like "open the gates," and when those penguins attack him, and he says, when they ask him, "Do you surrender?" and he says, "I do not," I kind of like the vibe he's going there with Bowser. At least that sounded really good. Kevin Michael Richardson as Kamek. This is not what I would have expected from him. I mean, I don't know if he's played roles like this before, but Kevin Michael Richardson, I never thought that I would, prefer, any voice to James Avery as the Shredder, and I still don't really prefer him, but, he comes pretty close in the 2012 Ninja Turtles. I mean, he is a great voice for Shredder. Definitely better than the 2003 in my opinion. I think he's actually a lot better than that guy. I don't know if anyone would really agree with me on that, but I think that deep voice of his is just amazing on so many levels. And here he's kind of doing a weird kind of accent for Kamek, but I like how his voice sounds. That's actually how I would envision Kamek kind of voice. That voice sounded very, very similar to, if anyone's seen the old Super Mario Brothers Super Show, if you remember one of Bowser's henchmen, Mouser, that's actually kind of how his voice sounded. And I don't know if Kevin Michael Richardson is familiar with that. He's definitely of the right age to know or seen at least a single episode of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, so maybe that's where he's getting it from. And if he is, that's pretty damn cool. That's a bit of a deep cut as well. Now, of course, what did I think of Chris Pratt? I haven't really heard enough, and I disagree. He's not doing his voice, because if you hear like when he's running away with Toad, he is going sort of for an accent. I think he's going for sort of like a little bit more of the Brooklyn sort of accent that he had in the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. I mean, hey, let's face it. For a long time before Charles Martinet, we had that voice for the Super Mario Brothers cartoon, and that's how we kind of just assumed that Mario would sound. And to me, it always sounded acceptable. It still does to this day.
I don't know, Luigi. I mean, who needs Brooklyn anyway?
Who says that Mario has to be from Italy? I mean, he could still be Italian and be from New York. I think it sounds, I think what I did say here, if that's pretty consistent throughout the movie, I'd say that's a pretty damn good voice for Mario. I get it. Yeah, that kind of gives Mario a bit of a personality, but I don't know. Hearing Mario talk in an Italian, accent like that for an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long this thing is going to be, might get a bit grating, because, it's a very, very stereotypical accent. In the context of a game, I love it. But for a movie, I think we could change that voice up a bit. So I think this might have been a good decision to do that. As far as Toad's voice, Keegan-Michael Key, or, as I always know him as Key from, Key and Peele, I think he does a really good Toad. I think that is a great Toad voice. I think he understands how Toad sounds. one could even say that's probably even better than the Super Mario Bros. Super Show Toad. You know, kind of had more of a voice like this, you know, a bit more on the grating side, and this kind of sounds a bit more like, you know, the few times where you've heard Toad talk in the games, you know, so seems interesting, you know. The animation's absolutely beautiful. There was a bit of a chill that went through me, you know, when they kind of did that really light piano piece when Mario ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom. And see, that's another thing. This seems like this is the first time Mario's there. He's in the Mushroom Kingdom. This kind of reminds me of, once again, the Super Show. You know, Mario ending up, you know, going down the drain from Brooklyn, ending up here. I like that storyline. I mean, maybe it's nostalgia in me. I know a lot of people don't like that cartoon, but hey, any reference back to my childhood that works, that's done in a quality fashion, I'll always get behind. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. The movie looks beautiful. The voices seem pretty good. You know, I'm going, you know, these are pretty much like some of the major characters. I'm really curious to hear how Charlie Day would sound as Luigi. We see it really briefly at the end of the trailer, but I can't really like hear Charlie Day's voice. I think he screams out Mario and he kind of yelps a bit. It is kind of funny that like the ghostly characters like Dry Bones is chasing after him, so we kind of get a little bit of sort of like a Luigi's Mansion kind of vibe, because it's like, it's not like the living characters that, you know, enemies that are after him. You know, it's the spooky like haunted house castle enemies that you see. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that performance. It looks like we're gonna get our goofy Luigi that we've known from, you know, the Luigi's Mansion. And yeah, you know, he was even kind of goofy in the Super Show when you think about it, you know. And even when they did the Super Mario World cartoon, remember, with Mom Luigi and all that. So yeah, maybe we'll get a little bit of a meme there, you know, a little meme character out of Luigi. We could only hope. Because quite frankly, I thought that Charlie Day would have made a good Toad, but I kind of see that maybe they might want to give him more of a main character role than, you know, just kind of being Toad, who's kind of worthless, really. So I got some positive vibes from this trailer. I think this is going to end up being a pretty fun movie when it comes out in theaters. I can't wait to see it. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Did you like what you saw in this trailer? Do you have high hopes, or were you turned off by the voices? Did you actually think that the animation wasn't good? And what the fuck's wrong with you if you thought this looked ugly? This is like some of the best CGI I've ever did see. It looks spectacular. I mean, you know, Mario looked great. All the characters look good. You know, Mario looked a little bit different in the face. I will say that. That's why I'm not really complaining too much. He was a little different, but so is Sonic, and I was good. You know, I think actually Mario looks closer to Mario than Sonic looks than to game Sonic, if that makes any sense. That's what I think. So yeah, I want to thank all my patrons for your continued support, and thanks again, guys. I will see you next time.